Whew. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your weekly tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn, September 30th, 2020. Let's take a look and see what's going on for us. Go Cap. Go Cap. I'm a Cap sun, but now that I've known my rising, I kind of look at things a little differently. Let's take a look and see how the cards play for us this week. I am going to do a little treat after this, and I'm going to pop up and allow a question and answer session, which I haven't been able to do in months and months because I have been in flux and moving. So we're going to pop on here after this session and do a Q&A. And here we go, guys. Page of Coins. So Capricorn's looking to maximize their money and figure out how they're going to play with their money. So they want to see, Capricorn has a Page of Coins. So the Page of Coins, hi Holly. So the Page of Coins is our card here that has to do with having money or having finances or resources that we want to know how we're going to play with them and where we're going to put them next. Like how we're going to map our next little steps and what we're going to do. We have the Emperor card, the Knight of Swords, the Judgment, and the Moon. So in looking at these cards and how they're interacting with one another, the Emperor is our card that indicates leadership and going out, conquering, taking things over, and making sure we come from a place of strong leadership. Now, during this next phase, and as we've been talking about with this Mercury retrograde season, we can expect to see this Knight of Swords in play. So the Knight of Swords is short temper. I always call this the PMS without the sting. This is wanting to speak out, wanting to lash out, wanting to be a little bit like, right? So this is road rage. And PMS, it's that whole feeling of where I'm about to be combustible and it almost feels impossible to not reach out and kind of cat scratch, okay? We have the Moon card, which is both similar for those of you on my social media platform, Facebook and Instagram. Please go to Karma on Deck on YouTube where you can see the cards in play and how they have relationship with one another, because we have this little sentence. So remember, just like the F word, we can change it to mean just about anything, adjective, verb, you know, descriptive. But these cards here, Page of Coins, looking for how we're going to take our leadership to the next step, feeling a little short-tempered. And we have the Judgment card, and I was just talking to Sagittarius about putting the hammer down. So the Judgment card is about pressure, tension, and feeling edgy. The Moon card, this one in particular, talks about the two pillars of learning, right? Pillars in life, wisdom and knowledge. And we have the Moon card of where she's coming from. So this Moon card is all about mapping. And so what I mean by mapping is we have the crab, which is fear, and it talks about like where we're going forward. And it's so maybe not fear. Okay. So in leadership, we always talk about risk, taking a risk and stepping out of our comfort zone and being of like, I think I know I can do this. Let's shake it off, and just standing in that moment, like getting on stage when we know we have to, or speaking to something that's important to us, or it feels risky to us. So there's some risk, but she's mapping. Okay, so the Moon card here is all about like, where am I at? Where am I going? And where have I been? Like how far I've come. The Chariot card, it talks about travel and movement. Also the Two of Swords, our indecision is killing us, Capricorn. The Two of Swords, Six of one, half dozen of the other. And we have this scale, the little scale in the middle where we're weighing and measuring every next move. We're also feeling exposed with the Three of Wands. Feels as if we have an audience even when we don't, or that someone's going to judge the things that we say or do. And you may or may not be on the hot seat, but sometimes this is just how we're feeling. I mean, especially if it's something close to the chest, close to the heart. Like I know personally for me, the Three of Wands is me finding my voice when it comes to certain situations in my past. And when I have some of these stories that I tell, I don't come from victimhood anymore, but rather thriving and surviving and moving forward and past these traumas. And when I come up on them, I speak to it. And I often feel as if when I bring these vulnerable moments out that, you know, I'm very deeply concerned that it's going to be sounding like drama or storytelling or victiming, where this happened to me and now this, like I can't move forward because I have crippling fear when it comes to relationships, for example. You know, I just keep finding these moments where I'm like, what was I thinking? This is terrible. However, when I have these moments where I feel like sharing my story coming from an authentic place has caused this hope in others, okay, where they're like, wow, I had a similar situation and look at you go, there's hope for me. And so it's always been well received because I'm showing the flip side of the coin and how I reframe my life and how I reframe how I view things. Like I was talking to Sagittarius about how I, instead of saying after a 12-hour day in 120-degree heat in an ambulance in Vegas, instead of saying I'm tired, I'm exhausted, it was a hard day, how I say, you know, I worked hard. I'm not exhausted, but rather I am well used, and you know, it was a good labor of love, and I'm tired. However, I reframe it by saying I'm ready for rest and it's time to relax. And it was a good day. It was productive. There was a lot got done. It was exciting. So when you reframe that a little bit, your spirit settles. Okay. So Capricorn might have gone from a little period of isolation and quiet reflection because we have the Hierophant and the Fool card. I'm sorry, I thought I was looking at the Hermit, which Hierophant. So the Hierophant is this moment where we have the Fool card, time and opportunity, crossroads, deciding to teach. Okay, we have the crossroads of which how we want to teach. Okay, we've been keeping our voice quiet for a little while. I mean, I don't know about you, Holly, but my voice hasn't been quiet for long periods of time at all. But here's the thing. There's this overtone, or I should say undertone, of doubt. Okay, we do know that opportunity is in front of us, not quite sure how we want to step into it. We have the Five of Cups, which is pragmatism. I'm the most pragmatic psychic you'll ever meet. I'm the pragmatic witch. I don't like to talk about dogma. I like to talk about practical magic, things that work. Sage works, salt works, meditation works. I like to talk about what works and not really about, like, you know, facing the north and northeast and making sure you put your chalice and your this and your that. I'm all about like what works for you. But sometimes there are moments in our life where our voice is quiet, or we don't feel like it's being heard. So we have this here where it's like the ghost in your own home kind of thing and not feeling effective. I do see that things are light, and I'm talking about emotions because the cards are indicating pressure. They're indicating feeling like on the hot seat in leadership, but I'm also seeing the Hierophant. So for Capricorn, it's all about teaching right now, coming from this moon card into the sun. Our emotions become our voice. Okay, this is how we're going to reach people right now, Capricorn. And emotions, Venus, the love language, right? How we feel and what we're thinking. You know, that's deeply valuable. It's much more valuable than we have trained ourselves to allow. And what's true about emotions is it is an indescribable magnetic power. And our emotions can communicate through our vulnerability, this beautiful, beautiful emotion, and it transcends language and people can feel it. And Holly's saying some of us have been quiet compared to what we're capable of and feels like rising to the fullest expression and potentials. And what's true is I do truly feel like I've been speaking all along the way with little tiny pockets of like these profound aha moments that I've been popping on and doing. But now I feel like I really, and I'm a Capricorn, so this is speaking to me too, and Holly, where it's like now I feel like I have these moments, these beautiful opportunities to just start belting out from the top of the mountain my song. And I'm really feeling as if there's this moment where I'm being heard. So it's time for Capricorn to really step out into this leadership and begin teaching. I don't have the magician, which I totally expected to see, which is go time and being a mouthpiece, but we'll see how that plays out. Let's look at the Mystic Dreamer and let's pull some cards for your moon reading. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. Please step onto my YouTube. You can see the cards picture in picture there. I would love your support. Please like, subscribe, and share my YouTube. Let me know where you are in the world and how you feel your reading went. And when you're ready to play with the Tarot 101 class, your pragmatic psychic is teaching a Tarot 101 class, and I like to take the mysticism out of it and give you some tools that you can work with. If you can't make the live classes, I am producing them, so you can order that as a series, and I'll release them one at a time to you so you can study at your own pace. All right, here we go for the Capricorn moon. Ooh, we have the Devil card. Now, for those of you that don't know, there is astrology and symbols within each of the cards, and they talk about aspects, two different planets coming together in a square, trine, sextile, etc. But a lot of cards just are them. For example, the Devil card is the Capricorn card. So that is about being bound by laws, by rules, by structure, because Capricorn really likes structure. We also have the Queen of Wands, which is another Capricorn card. So Capricorn being work, being labor, being image, and how things look and how they fall into play. Now, there's been some situations that are happening for Capricorn over the past. Our victimhood, being betrayed, being let down, gives us our strength of learning how to stride in our own to walk in our own stride and find our own rhythm and our own pace. And out of that, we're finding this deep level of commitment. It's what we're seeking, is commitment and stability. We also have the Three of Pentacles, which says that Capricorn's either spending a lot of time on the computer, on the computer, but I'm also seeing the Hermit card. So perhaps they're keeping some things close to the chest. I will say that the biggest drive that Capricorn has in the next little bit is the Sun card, Three of Cups. And well, it's celebration, balance, enjoyment, pleasure, etc. I do see that Capricorn's having a hard time surrendering to this and allowing it just to happen. The Hermit card, meaning that we're really studying. You might be finding yourself actually, Capricorn, Hermit, and the Justice card together. I know personally I've been studying some deeper secrets and knowledge, which I can't wait to unpack for some of you. I'm reading The Law of One and some other really deep concepts and studying some astrology. So you might be finding yourself looking for where your pattern and your placement is within the cosmos. We have the Star card, and we're really enjoying that path. So there's a lot of abundance that's happening for Capricorn right now. The Justice card and the Hermit, which is like, what is the law? What is the rules? Studying some mysticism and secrets. I do see Knight of Pentacles, which is Capricorn's really thinking about what they're going to do next with their money. These small little switches, like it's easier to make some small changes as we go rather than going and making a 90-degree turn and making a left. It's easier to just small degrees of change. So these small degrees of change, Knight of Pentacles, small investments, Page of Wands, doing something new and hoping that it pays out. Let's pull a card for you from the Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week, what your card and your focus should be. I am going to pop up here, like I said, do some Q&As for you guys and let you guys ask some questions live. I haven't done that in a while. It'll be fun. And you miss it. I love it. All right, here we go, Capricorn. Gamble, dice. Roll the dice, baby. Ah! So this right here means trust yourself. It means it's time to take a risk. So be risky, Capricorn. Go out there and get it. And I'm not talking about gambling the rent money. I'm talking about like taking a risk on yourself, taking a risk on the dream and owning it, right? So be about it, Capricorn. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll catch you on the flip side.